Yeah.
Set up the sensors.
Yeah.
Let the machine tell you when something's going off.
Yeah.
And then you can tend to them. That way it kind of repositions the human with all the knowledge to take care of important stuff, notably your customers,
Your handlers,
right?
your food handlers, certifications and things. Those are long modules, very detailed information, and some of it not fully applicable maybe to, you know, your environment or what you need to do. And so making it bite-sized, making it digestible.
Very much. They are very proactive in helping them change their tires for the winter, for example. So they have a mobile clinic that says, this mobile clinic, while people are at work and their car is in the parking lot at work, this mobile clinic will change their tires.
Wow.
That way it is done. There's no excuse not to change to winter tires and be safer on the road.
I think we're going to go on to the next question. What do you think?
I'm ready.
All right.
Oh, something bit me. I'm joking.
No. I was like, what? Okay, this is great because it's a good segue into what we were just talking about. What's something you've seen work well in building a culture of food safety?
This is honestly my favorite topic. I think, first of all, food safety culture does not exist on its own in a void. It only arrives once you've set up a people culture. So the oldest adage is, as a business owner, if you take care of your people will take care of your business. So I've seen this work in places, for example, a franchise organization that had a very clear succession plan on for their employees. So a shift leader knew when and what it would take for them to become a restaurant manager. A restaurant manager knew when and what it would take to become an area coach, and so on. So that gives people like validation that they're in it and they are valued as contributors. Also, if you don't train your team on anything, they're going to be left in the chaos, and that's not taking care of them. So you need to take the time to train them. And honestly, sometimes that doesn't mean 8 hours in front of a pre-recorded screen. There's a foundation exists in video training, but lots of it, honestly, is side-by-side training. So invest in their training, invest in their coaching, invest in them asking questions, because it's okay for them to ask questions. Especially invest for people culture, but specifically for food safety culture. Why are we doing this? Why is the danger zone called the danger zone? What does washing your hands really achieve? What does rotation really achieve? What does E. coli bad? But why E. coli bad?
Yes.
I think even getting to those, explaining to people the why, the rationale of things is important. I'd say also food safety culture is easier when everything that can be embedded in normal ops becomes embedded in normal ops. And technology is our friend here. So, sensors to take temperatures.
Because I'll tell you, throwing out an entire walk-in cooler of product, a lot more expensive than maybe a monthly small nominal fee of a service that lets you know, of a piece of technology that lets you know when there is a significant drop in temperature, when something is about to go wrong,
and
before
they exist.
It goes wrong. Yeah.
Set up the sensors.
Yeah.
Let the machine tell you when something's going off.
Yeah.
And then you can tend to them. That way it kind of repositions the human with all the knowledge to take care of important stuff, notably your customers, right? So there's part of food safety culture that's there is just automate the awful.
Automate what you can.
Automate the awful. And then recognition. You can't get away from recognition being an important part of culture in general, but food safety culture in particular. And I'll give you an example of this. In one of my past jobs, I was giving a training on recognition writ large. And I said, has anyone here in this room ever felt that they were receiving too much recognition? May they raise their hand.
Yeah.
Anyone who's ever gotten to that saturation point
Yeah.
of like, oh, my boss just like overwhelms me with, no one's ever gotten there. So give it until someone says, please stop. I'm crumbling in my trophies, in my recognition cards. Yeah. So like, that's always part of it. And if I consider real life examples, I gave the one of a franchise organization earlier that had a succession plan for its team. The other one I've seen is in a food manufacturing plant right here in the GTA. And they invest in their team members, their plant workers very much. They are very proactive in helping them change their tires for the winter, for example. So they have a mobile clinic that says, this mobile clinic, while people are at work and their car is in the parking lot at work, this mobile clinic will change their tires. Wow. That way it is done. There's no excuse not to change to winter tires and be safer on the road. Take care of their
Safety, not just about food safety and brand protection, but we care about safety for everyone.
Yeah.
Not just the customer, but we care about safety for you. And these are ways that we demonstrate that. I think that's a beautiful example.
At a supplier level, for this brand, there was also an assessment of the general food safety and quality assurance performance of suppliers. And there's a module in it that is specifically on food safety culture. And this plant won top marks almost every year. So we did not assess specifically, do you train or support your team members in their tire change? But there was other aspects that are more specific to the plant. They had food safety training on a periodical basis. Wasn't long, but it was a repeat. So that helps with the culture, right? Again, to realign those values. Everybody here, we value safety above everything else. Safety of the people, safety of our food.
I'm gonna interject there for a second, because I think that's where sometimes franchisors can get it wrong when they're trying to build a culture of food safety, is they only think about it at the beginning of the onboarding, or right when the restaurant maybe first opens, or once they've received an audit that says that something has gone wrong. That's when they talk about it. But you mentioned training, not just at the beginning, or not just when something goes wrong, but training throughout. Can you share a little bit, maybe there's an example that you can share or a best practice you can share of how often, the cadence for it, or maybe the best way franchisors can start to embed that food safety into the culture?
I think the cadence, I'd say it needs to be hit at least once a year.
Okay.
And you can also break it up into little pieces that it's like 4 times a year, but it's not the exact same module. So you kind of just like spread it out a little bit.
I like that.
I think something that is useful is that your kind of your booster training, if you will, is not as long and tedious as the starting. No, because that insults people's intelligence, right? They're like, oh, I didn't forget. They probably forgot a lot of it. But don't make them feel like they're newbies all over again for having to do this program. So give them like, oh, this is the annual re-up. It is half as long, or like even less, just 25% as long as your original training. And then you say everyone does it. I think
that's important, because I think where you lose people sometimes is when you try to retrain them on the full, and sometimes it's, to your point earlier, 8 hours worth of modules, or if you're taking your food safety, your
your handlers,
your food handlers certifications and things. Those are long modules, very detailed information, and some of it not fully applicable maybe to your environment or what you need to do. And so making it bite-sized, making it digestible, making it even a little fun and interesting, engaging, helps it stick, right?
I think also expanding on that of, honestly, you just have to make it relevant. Yeah. So if you're a franchise or organization, like let's say an umbrella corp with like many sub-brands, and one of them like is Japanese food, one of them is like more like Lebanese style food, one of them is like more Mexican style food, and you have this one generic food safety training for everybody, people are going to disengage. They're like, this has nothing to do with me.
We don't even serve anything raw, any raw shellfish or poultry here. Why
Or
are we
rice.
learning about this?
Like
Yeah.
cooked rice can be super dangerous, but I don't sell that in my restaurant. So why do I have to go through this, right? So honestly, as a franchisor, it's a little bit of pain up front, but it is so worth it for your teams to kind of go into the smaller details of what the applicability would be. If you have different formats of restaurants, like one of them that is like more dine-in focused, but you have a sister brand to it that is more takeout focused, and there is no such thing as dine-in.
Yeah.
And so like take away the modules that have to do with like bussing tables and all that stuff. People like you're just going to lose them.
Yeah.
So I think adaptability to your audience is important.
It's one of the number one tips I give when it comes to training. Know your audience. And it's not just about their learning style. It's about the environment that, to your point, they're working in.
And make it fun.
Yeah.
Put like really cheesy jokes in there.
Yeah.
Because then people are going to talk about it between themselves, right?
Yeah.
And that's like a bit of a measure of retention as well. Make it fresh. I don't want to see a training for 15 years ago. Don't you dare.
Yeah.
Shake it up every 2-3 years. Give me something new, right? So I think that's part of how to make not only just the idea of repetition work in your favor, but like of true absorption of that material. That's what's going to help.
Love it. Love it. If you enjoyed the conversation and are curious to learn more about franchising, like, follow, share, and subscribe to the channel.